Hey, welcome to Off the Cliff. Every Wednesday, you can meet me right here, Andrew Warburton, the property advisor, and I'm going to give you the statistics on what's happening with the real estate market in Southern California. So if you're a numbers person, you are just going to love these. I'm going to go county by county, over 2 or 3 counties each time, and show you how many properties are active on the market, how many have closed in the last 30 days, how many are pending. And then I'm going to look at the end with you. So hold on to the end of each presentation. And I'm going to look at how many properties are in foreclosure so that you know exactly what's going on. And we're going to watch this progress over the coming year. So let's get started right away. First of all, I'm going to look, as you can see right here, at active properties. I'm going to pick San Diego County. And I'm going to go $1 million or less and single family residences. Okay. And at this point, you can see that there are in San Diego 1,804 properties that are available under $1 million. Okay. Now, it's very interesting when you look at this and you pull up the list, you can see out of those 1,804 properties, right here it says how many days they've been on the market. So remember, 1,804 active, and people say, you know, oh my gosh, nothing's happening in real estate. If you go here through 6 pages of 100, in fact, let's just back up one. Those are 12 days active. Go back 5 pages, and you can see days on market, 10 days on market, that out of those 1,800 properties, 440 of them have come on the market in the last 30 days. So that's, 25% roughly have come on the market in the last 30 days. So 1,800 active. Okay, let's go to the second part, which is how many have closed. So we're going to go here to closed in the last 30 days. So in the last 30 days, single family, San Diego, $1 million or less. Let's have a look at how many have closed. 1,045. So out of 1,800 active, 1,045 have sold, okay, which is well over 50%. That means there's less than 2 months inventory. And it's really interesting when you look at the results of this, you can see that many of those have sold also in less than 10 days. Do you see this number right here? This 0 and then 1. So let's go in 5 pages deep. And 5 pages deep still. Look, we're still not at 10. Let's go to 7 pages deep. 7 pages deep, we're at 10. So 605 of these properties, of the 1,045, sold in 10 days or less. So roughly 60% sold in 10 days or less. Now you can interpret why that's happening. Part of it is because inventory is down. There's not enough inventory. Part of it is because life goes on for many people, and many people are still wanting to buy property. Let's go back to the criteria. We looked at the active 1,800 or so. We looked at the sold 1,045 or so. We saw that over 600 of those have closed in the last 30 days. Now you might say, okay, so now people have not been able to list their homes so much or go out so much. How many are actually pending or under contract? That means that they're in escrow, as we say in California. Under $1 million, San Diego, single family. How many went active or under contract and they are currently in that state? Well, let's have a look at what that number is. 1,765 properties are pending and in escrow. And remember, there are 1,800 or so new listings in the last 30 days, or 1,800 active listings. So almost as many went pending as active. That means there's a crimp on inventory. We'll see how that develops over coming days. Why don't we very quickly change this up? That's San Diego County. There's an area in Southern California called the Inland Empire. And one of the biggest counties there is Riverside County. So we can say again, exactly the same criteria. How many properties are active in Riverside County under $1 million? I'm just looking at single families here. I'm not looking at condos. I'm not looking at manufactured homes. So $1 million and under Riverside County. How many are active currently in Riverside County? Over 2,500 properties, okay? Over 2,500. When we go to results, we see that there are 4,529 properties active under $1 million. Now, I wonder how many sold out of those 4,529 in the last 30 days. The answer to that question is coming right up, 1,711. So the figures aren't as good as San Diego. Over 4,500 active, 1,711 sold. So what is that? That's under 30%, between 25 and 30%. So not quite as strong as San Diego, but nonetheless, when people say nothing is happening and we're going off the cliff, there's 1,711 properties sold. Why don't we very quickly have a look at these? Again, on the side here, you can see how many days they were on the market. And let's have a look. The total number sold in 30 days is 1,711. Let's go, say, 6 pages deep. 6 pages deep, we're at the tens. So we know that 600 out of that total of 1,711 sold in 10 days or less. So 6 is into 17, it's roughly 30% sold in 10 days or less. Now, I wonder how many went into escrow. So let's have a quick look at how many are pending, how many are under contract, and you see that that number goes to 3,049. 3,049 properties when people had to stay in their homes went into escrow out of 4,500 listings. Again, that means there's roughly a month's worth, maybe a little bit more, month and a half's worth of supply. So we see a lot of properties going into escrow. Why is that? Because for a lot of people, children need to be in schools, spouses are moving jobs, folks are retiring, coming to California, and people need to get into escrow, pandemic or no pandemic. Life goes on for many. So those are the statistics. Now I want to flip you over to something really interesting. By the way, at some point we'll do Los Angeles County as well. We'll do around San Francisco also. This is the entire state. Let's have a look at the entire state now. This is really fascinating. So I'm going to look right here, single family homes in the state of California. And I'm going to have a look with you at how many listings are active. I want you to look at this. Here's 2015, 16, all the way through to 2020. Look how this is dropping off to active listings. So in April of 2020, there are 34,500 active listings throughout the vast majority of California. 34,000, that's in April. April last year, there were 56,000. In 2018, there was 68,000. And now there are 34,000. That's half the number of listings 2 years ago. A lot of that, of course, is because people are not able to list their homes. They don't want to meet with real estate agents. And so those properties are not going on the market. And that's why you see such a quick turnover of a lot of properties, because there is less inventory. Also, perhaps some people are scared and they don't want to put their home on the market because they don't think they're going to get as much as they had before. But this is an issue that we need to watch. Out of those active listings, let's see how many are new listings. Again, you see this dip right here. This is always in the winter, December, 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 December. Here was December, 9,000 new listings. December a year ago, 10,000. This is pretty consistent, 10,800. And always you see by April, this number is shooting up, 25,000. How many new listings in April this year? 13,000, 1/2. Very, very significant statistic. Now, let's go into the closed sales. How many closed sales? Across the state of California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Inland Empire, wine countries, the whole area. Let's have a quick look. Right now, 11,027 properties closed in the month of April. Let's go back to April a year ago. 16,000. Let's go back to 2018. 16,000. Now, 11,027 that closed in the last 30 days. Again, it's a lot of property selling, but the reality is that's what happened caused by the pandemic. Less inventory, less sales, but a lot of people buying property who are out there snapping up properties with 25-30% of inventory selling in less than 10 days. Two last statistics. And I said wait till the end because the foreclosure statistics are coming up. Let's look at pending sales. Pending sales also seasonally low, 7,256 in April this year. April last year, 17,000. So we're at 30% of the number of pending sales statewide. And you'll see, if you go back to 2017, 18,000. Today, 7,256. So less inventory, buyers snapping up the inventory that is there, property selling 30% of the time, shall we say, in 10 days or less. So there's a number of different statistical viewpoints there. Now I want you to follow through at the conclusion of this off the cliff. And why don't we have a look specifically, look right here, look at foreclosure properties and REO properties and short sale properties. And let's see what's going on here. Foreclosure properties, active listings. There you can see very, very few. How many REO properties? This is real estate owned by the banks. REO, look at the number here. 287 showing on the MLS at this point. In 2015, in April, 1,753. A huge difference, 1,700, 287. This is on MLSs all across the state of California. What's going to be interesting is in these off-the-cliff presentations, we're going to look 6 months from now when the forbearance is over its first phase, 12 months from now when the forbearance period of CARES is over, how many of these foreclosures will appear. You can also see here the number of short sales, which if you have a look, short sales right now also very low, 351. In 2015, 6,684, 351. So what we're seeing here is a mixture of data, but these are the facts: active, pending, closed, and how many foreclosures. I want you to make sure that you meet me here every Wednesday. Andrew Warburton, the property advisor. We're going to look at the statistics in Southern California, and you're going to make a determination. Are we on the cliff, off the cliff, or where are we? And you can make the decisions for your life based on the facts, not based on propaganda. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Wednesday, same place.